In today's video, first we're going to head to Bloomington, Minnesota to check out the progress of a supercharger install. It's being installed by Vet Matt in his 2012 Chevrolet Corvette. And then we're going to head up to Coon Rapids Boulevard to see if there's any action on the boulevard tonight. It's only 29 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's probably not going to be a very popular location to be in terms of the quantity of cars. A lot of people don't have their cars out yet, but we'll go ahead and head out there and see what kind of cool cars we might be able to see.
They've got 705,000 miles on it.
705,000, that's awesome. Here's the ride today. 2019 Dodge Challenger GT in white knuckle. There's Vet Matt's HHR. This is Vet Matt's garage. Let's go check on his progress of his supercharger install on the 2012 Chevrolet Corvette. Hey Vet Matt, how's it going?
Okay.
Beautiful 2012 Chevrolet Corvette in torch red. Got the tape job going on to protect his paint when he leans over, tearing apart engine parts. What's the stock horsepower on this engine?
430.
And what's going to be done after this current modification?
Probably about 650.
And what other modifications did you do prior to installing this supercharger?
A Texas Speed Stage 1 cam, TPS Motorsports headers, and X-pipe and Corsa exhaust.
This 2012 Corvette has a front splitter added. Who makes the splitter, Matt?
I'm trying to think. Extreme Online Store.
And who's the professional installer that did such an excellent job of installing this?
Me.
You did this in your own garage. Was it pretty easy?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was really easy.
How many minutes did it take, would you say?
Maybe a half an hour. Yeah, I think it took longer to like jack the car up.
So the setup took longer than the install potentially.
Yeah.
That is often the case.
Jack the car up, remove the stock splitter on the Grand Sports, and that bolts right in place.
So no additional screws needed or drilling or anything of that
drilling.
nature. Just mounts right on there. You can put it back to stock in a heartbeat.
Right.
So did you install this spoiler as well?
Yes.
And did that involve extra screw drilling?
Yes. I had to drill holes in my rear bumper cover.
Difficulty on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, it was probably like a 7 or 8. Just trying to like line up where you're supposed to drill the holes. It was a lot harder. It was a lot more difficult than the front bumper cover.
If Matt knew I was filming in here, I'm sure he would have organized and restructured his garage and painted the walls for me. But this is a working man's garage. This is not a show garage.
Right. Someday I'll do that, all that other stuff.
So here's the inside of the 2012 Corvette. It has the nice black center cap on the steering wheel. It says Grand Sport. All right, Vet Matt is making great progress. It's a two-man job to get the front bumper cap off without damaging it, so that's mainly why I'm here, to help him lift that off so then he can go and do all the one-man stuff later on. Right now I need to get the front end off the car, so Matt is undoing all the screws along the fender well so that the front bumper can come loose. So in addition to these screws on the inner fender liner, inside there are a few more nuts that need to be loosened to allow the bumper cap to release from the top portion there. So we're on the passenger side. And again, we have to undo those two nuts, release the bumper cap to the upper piece of the hood.
Hello.
Upside down, you're turning me. I got the front bumper off for you, Matt.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What a lot of the import guys do. They just mount the intercooler on the front and like leave it.
All exposed.
Uh-huh.
So here in the front of the engine, Matt cut down some protrusions because the belt of the supercharger will be going right by that area, so we had to grind that down or cut that down with a saw. Here is the Milwaukee Tool M12 red lithium battery XC 3.0. Use this hacksaw to go ahead and cut down the front portion of the engine to make some clearance for the belt. Heading up to Coon Rapids, Minnesota to check out the Coon Rapids Saturday Night Cruise hosted by the Cold Steel Cruisers. Maybe there'll be some cars up there, but maybe not too many because it's 32 degrees, but it is sunshine, so you never know, so let's go check that out. So here we are, Coon Rapids Boulevard, exiting off of 610 to Coon Rapids Boulevard. Let's see what's on the boulevard tonight. Time is 5:53 p.m. Saturday, March 26th. Foley Boulevard intersection. Any interesting cars? Not so far. Almost an accident. Nice move from fast lane to turn lane. Crooked Lake Boulevard 2 years ago. This intersection here, this hour, we would have seen all kinds of cool cars. Maybe not in April, but certainly in June and July and August. People lined down both sides of the roads, checking all the vehicles driving up and down Coon Rapids Boulevard. A lot of shenanigans going on the boulevard. U-Haul getting returned. And that's about it for our first swipe on the boulevard. There are some cars in the Boulevard Bar and Grill parking lot. Nice Nissan 370Z, HHR, and a nice Challenger. So I sped up most of that prior video because there wasn't much to see on Coon Rapids Boulevard at 6 p.m. So I decided to go to the Boulevard Bar and Grill and have a little dinner. And then after dinner, headed back out down Coon Rapids Boulevard. Once again, did not see too many vehicles. I saw Corvette and a Miata and a Camaro. So there were some cars out there, but generally one pass, not going back and forth up and down the road. But when getting gas, I did meet John from the Antisocial Social Club.
It's ever been done as a turbo and a water pump.
It's amazing.
It's like 600 horse to the wheels. I also got stickers on the back window. We got a little group we call Sad Boy Customs Crew.
Can you say that again about how many miles you have? I'm not sure if the audio would have picked up or not.
It has 705,000, almost 706,000.
And what were the only main maintenance items done?
It had a turbo and water pump done. It has original motor, original trans, original differential. It has a Sinister diesel cold air, full tune, delete. It's like 600 horse to the wheels, roughly. Never had it on a dyno yet. But it'll blow all 4 rear tires off until like third gear, so.
Wow. Amazing, thank you.
Yep.
What was your name?
John.
John, nice meeting you, John. My name's Marcus.
That's me too. You got a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, Marcus Glass.
Marcus Glass?
Yeah, just search for Marcus Glass. After checking out the antisocial social club vehicles, I decided to call it a night and leave Coon Rapids Boulevard. It was below freezing, not a lot of cars out there, but there were some. Glad to see the ones that I did see, and I hope to see a bunch more cars in the future.